Yo, what's good, guys? Austin here, or Luna, coming at you with another video. Happy New Year's, everybody. I hope you all had an amazing New Year. My New Year's resolution is to upload daily and try and drop at least 3 albums this year. Pretty ambitious goal, but I think I can do it. Definitely going to try my ass off to not miss a day this year, and if I do, it's probably going to be for a really good reason. But even if a really good reason pops up, I'm still going to try and not miss a day. So, yeah. Anyway, today's story time is definitely a good one. Definitely a crazy one. One that I thought I told years ago. I thought I told this in like 2015, but I guess I didn't. And that's when the story time takes place. So in 2015, it was right before I quit school. I was like on the verge of, quitting and doing YouTube full time, but I hadn't done that yet. I was still in school, trying to graduate and get out of there and get my diploma. And yeah, let's just jump into it. So today's story time all starts off as a regular day in 2015, okay? I woke up very late in the morning. I was very late for the bus. I think the bus was going to pull up to my house in like 10 minutes, and I had just woken up. So I flew out of bed, ran to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, did my hair really quick, put some deodorant on, got dressed. Didn't have time to shower. I felt really gross, but whatever. I did the best I could. Got dressed, got on the bus just in time, didn't eat breakfast. Got to school, went into school, and for the most part, the school day was relatively normal. Nothing really crazy happened for the first half, but the second half, okay? The second half was interesting. So this really takes place after lunch, okay? So after lunch was always usually math for me. I think there was 2 days out of the week where I didn't have math, but usually after lunch, the period after that would be math class. And I fucking hated it for a lot of reasons, okay? Not my teacher was cool, but everything else. First of all, the kids in that class were fucking evil, okay? Just evil kids that I didn't want to be around. Just super, mean and, super rude to the teachers, even though the teachers weren't even bad people. And just psychos, basically, right? Psychotic kids. Second of all, I sucked at math. I didn't like math. It didn't interest me. Even though I was actually doing pretty good in that class at this time, still didn't love being there. And also, it was the class after lunch, so, I hated going to class after lunch. I would get a little bit of freedom in lunch and, see that light at the end of the tunnel of, being done with school for the day, and then I realized, oh, we're not done yet. I still gotta, go back to a few more classes before we actually get out of school today. So, yeah, I was in a pretty bad mood. I was sitting in the back of math class, just, shitty mood, and I sat next to this girl. Okay, we'll just call her, Alexis, okay? Alexis was a very popular girl in my school, very attractive. Everyone really, really liked Alexis and had a crush on her. And she was also kind of mean. I can't lie. She was kind of evil. Every time I tried to talk to her, she was always rude to me. Even though I wasn't even doing anything bad, a lot of dickheads in my school would, try and hit on her and stuff. And, she'd be rude to them. And that made sense because she didn't want to get hit on. But me, I wasn't ever hitting on her, okay? I would literally just ask her questions about what we were working on. I remember one time I was sitting next to her and I didn't hear what the teacher said. And I was like, hey, what'd he say? And she goes, you should have listened. And I was like, I know, but I just didn't catch it. I didn't hear it. And she was like, don't talk to me. And I was like, damn, okay. So yeah, Alexis was a little bit rude. Weirdest part about this was we didn't have assigned seats. She chose to sit next to me every day, even though she didn't even like me. So it's why? I don't know. I think it's just because she didn't know anybody else in the class and she kind of knew of me, so maybe that's why. Either way, I'm rambling, okay? Alexis was a popular, attractive girl at my high school, okay? That's all you need to know, all right? And on this day, like any other day, I'm sitting next to Alexis, trying to listen to the math teacher talk, not really enjoying myself because I hate math, and not talking to her because we weren't really friends. And about halfway through class, Alexis raises her hand, and the teacher calls on her, and she goes, hey, can I use the bathroom? He's like, sure. So Alexis gets up, goes to the bathroom, and I'm just sitting there at our table by myself. And I don't know what it was, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I was so bored. I was so depressed, so just not in the mood for math. So I had the same idea. I raised my hand, and I was like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? And the teacher's like, yeah, sure, hurry back. So I get up, get out of the chair, go out to the hallway, walk down the hallway to the boys' bathroom. And when I get to the boys' bathroom, something very odd is there waiting for me. I got to the bathroom, and none other than Alexis was waiting outside of the bathrooms. So the way that my school had the bathroom set up was the boys' bathroom and the girls' bathroom were literally right next to each other. Like the boys' bathroom would usually be on the left, the girls' bathroom would usually be on the right, and the entrances to both bathrooms would be like 4 or 5 feet from each other, like right next to each other. And Alexis is just standing there outside of the bathrooms. It looked like she was waiting for somebody. And I walk up to her and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "Mind your business." And I was like, "Whatever." And I walk into the boys' bathroom. I go into one of the stalls and I just sit down on the toilet. Didn't even have to go. I just sat down, like, and pulled up my phone and started scrolling YouTube because I was that fucking bored. I just sat there in the stall, not even having to go, just bored. So I'm scrolling YouTube. I'm like watching videos on really low volume. And all of a sudden, I hear voices coming into the boys' bathroom. But not just any voices. I hear 2 voices that I know. One of them was Alexis, and she's not a boy, so kind of weird that she was in the boys' bathroom. But then I hear a boy's voice. And this boy's voice was somebody that I knew very well. We'll just call this guy Jonathan, okay? Jonathan was a very, very nice kid. But the thing about Jonathan is he had a disability, okay? I believe it was autism. And a few people at our school would bully him for it. And it was really fucked up. Not a lot of people. I'd say about 99% of our school loved Jonathan, was very nice to him, very respectful, included him in things because he was such a nice kid. But there was that small percentage, I'd say less than 1 or maybe even 1%, that would like laugh at him behind his back, or like some of them would even go up to him and say some shit to him. And usually, anytime that would happen, we'd all get together and be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up. Like, shut your fucking mouth. Don't talk shit to Jonathan. He's the GOAT." You know, like we were always defending him. But anyway, you're probably wondering why I'm telling you that Jonathan had a disability. It doesn't make much sense now, but at the end of the story, it'll make a lot more sense, and it makes it so much better. So anyway, I hear Jonathan and Alexis walk into the bathroom. I'm still sitting there in the stall, just scrolling YouTube, and I'm kind of like confused, because like I said, you know, Alexis is a girl, Jonathan is my buddy, but Alexis is pretty mean, so I don't know why she'd be walking in the bathroom with him. That doesn't make any sense. But then all of a sudden, I start hearing them like kissing, like sounds, like making out sounds. And I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I don't say that out loud, but I'm thinking it. And I'm like, "What's going on right now?" Now, even though I heard these sounds and it really sounded like people were kissing, I was like, "You know what? I'm not going to look over this stall right now. I'm not going to even bother. It's not that. I'm hearing things. Like, it's got to be something else." Because like I said earlier, Alexis was like a popular, kind of like rude girl. And Jonathan was a very sweet, quiet kid who didn't really talk to anybody that much because of his disability. So I didn't really think anything was possibly going on between the two of them. I just didn't think that. Well, fast forward about 5 minutes later, I hear the stall next to me open up, okay? And the sounds that I'm hearing start getting a little bit more intense, okay? And I'm thinking, all right, something's going on next to me right now, and I just don't want to know at this point. I'm just going to get up and leave. So I get up, I walk over to the sink, I wash my hands really quick because your boy needs to have his clean hands. Even though I didn't even go, I don't know, being in a bathroom makes me feel dirty. So I start washing my hands and, you know, checking myself out in the mirror, making sure I don't look completely hideous. And while I'm doing this, the sounds I'm hearing get more and more intense. And it goes from kissing sounds to other things that I'm not going to describe on this video because I don't want to get demonetized. And also, you can just guess. But then I hear like groaning sounds, okay, from the stall, and I know what's going on. I can see their feet under the stall. It is just everything I thought that it couldn't be, it was. And I felt very mixed emotions on this because on one hand, I was like, God damn, like, they knew I was in here. That's fucking gross. Like, wait till I'm gone, or like, wait till you're out of school. But on the other hand, I was like, damn, Jonathan. Like I said, Alexis was so mean to everybody. And, like, I saw dudes on the lacrosse team and the football team and, you know, the popular guys at our school who were, like, considered the top people, right? Try and ask her out and get rejected. These are the same guys who bullied Jonathan for having a disability and told him to his face that he'd never date a girl. I've heard them say this to him, keep in mind. And now he is in the bathroom doing whatever he's doing with the girl of their dreams. Jonathan. And it was like poetry. I was like, dude, as much as this is gross and I need to get the fuck out of here, I'm so happy for Jonathan because fuck those people that bullied him. Anyway, I get done washing my hands, and I'm about to walk out, and all I can think is, the only thing that would make this so much better is if one of those Chads, one of those football playing fucking dickheads that made fun of Jonathan, walked in right now and witnessed the sounds that I just had to hear and know that they just lost to the kid they bullied with a disability. And it's like God was listening or something, because as soon as I'm walking out, the main one walked in. The guy that really bullied the fuck out of Jonathan the most, the guy that always hit on Alexis, we'll just call him Chad, okay? Chad was always trying to shoot his shot with Alexis, always getting shot down, always flirting with her or whatever, trying to get her to like him, and always bullied Jonathan for his disability, and we always told him to shut the fuck up. He walked into the bathroom, and I look at him and I smile, and he goes, "What's up?" And I was like, "You'll see." And I just walked out, and I went back to class. Now the story time gets better, okay? So I go back to class, and I sit down in the back of the room, and Alexis comes back about, 5-10 minutes later, and the teacher yells at both of us. And he's like, "What are you guys doing? You guys took forever." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry it took me so long. I was trying to go, but someone was in one of the stalls. It was taking a while." And I looked at Alexis, just fucking with her. And the teacher's like, "Whatever, just go back to your seats." And I sit down, and Alexis looks at me, and I was like, "Why would you not just wait till school's over with? And you knew I was in there. Why would you go in there and continue with your boyfriend or whatever while I'm in there?" And she goes, "First of all, he's not my boyfriend. Second of all, yeah, we knew you were in there, but we tried to keep it down so you didn't hear us, but apparently you did." And I was like, "You didn't try and keep it down. You kept it up. It was too up." And she was like, "Well, sorry, don't know what to tell you." And I was like, "Whatever." And she was like, "Did you tell anybody?" And I was like, "I just got back to class. I wouldn't have even had time to tell anybody." She goes, "Are you gonna?" And I was like, it's not really on my agenda to go around telling everyone that you were fucking in the bathroom stall with Jonathan. I'm really not in the mood to, dive down that path." And she was like, "Good, because who I'm in a relationship is really nobody's business." And I was like, I completely agree. That is totally why you should never do it in public places where people can hear or see you, Just my 2 cents. And she was like, "Whatever." So anyway, doesn't end there, okay? About 10 minutes later, class dismisses, okay? I go out in the hallway, and none other than Chad himself comes up behind me as soon as I walk out of the classroom. He comes up behind me, puts his arm around me, and he goes, "Austin, bro, what the fuck was going on in that bathroom? Like, what did I just witness?" And I was like, "What'd you see?" He goes, "Bro, I walked in there. I heard sounds of people, doing something, right? Stall door opens. It's Alexis and Jonathan." And I was like, "Yeah, ain't that something?" He's like, "Bro, I couldn't believe my fucking eyes." And I was like, "Yeah, same here, except it was with my ears because I fucking heard everything before I left." And he was like, "Dude, I gave that kid so much shit. I thought he'd never get laid." And I was like, "Yeah, how the tables turn, right?" He's like, "Bro, I don't know how he did it." I was like, "Listen, man, all I'm going to say is karma's a bitch." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You fucked with that kid 24/7, laughing at him because he had autism, making fun of him behind his back, telling people he'd never get a girlfriend, telling him to his face he'd never get a girlfriend, and then he got with the girl of your dreams. So, yeah, man, fuck you." He's like, "Fuck me, fuck you, dude, and fuck that. I'm not like some bully or something. I was joking. He knows I was joking." I was like, "Dude, how do you expect him to know that you were joking? He has a fucking disability that is like completely built around not understanding social cues. So no, I don't think he knew you were fucking joking." And he was like, "Well, clearly he understands enough social cues if he can get a girlfriend." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I guess you're right. He has just enough to take the girl that you like. Sucks." And he just walked away all pissed off after that. And I walked up to Jonathan. I found him in the hallway about 2 minutes later. Put my arm around him. I was like, "Hey, Jonathan." He's like, "Hey, Austin, how you doing?" I was like, "Just want to let you know, you're probably a little bit worried about people seeing you earlier in the bathroom. Your secret's safe with me. I'll tell Chad not to tell anybody as well. And I'm proud that you found somebody you like and can connect with. But please, Jonathan, for the love of fuck, don't do that in school anymore, okay? Do it at her house, your house, somewhere private, and not in a public place, please." He's like, "Okay, Austin, I will. And I'm like, "Sounds good, man." And we gave each other a hug, and I walked away. And, yeah, man, in the end, no one ever found out. I found Chad again after this and told him, don't tell anybody about what we, know about. And he agreed, not only because he thinks it's, wrong to tell people's business, but also I think Chad knew that if he went around telling people about what Jonathan and Alexis had going on, Chad would be the laughingstock of the school because everyone knew how much shit he gave Jonathan and how much he liked Alexis. So, it would have been a major L for him. So I don't think he wanted to tell anybody because of his own reputation. And I didn't tell anybody either. And here I am all these years later telling my 3 million sub YouTube channel. So I guess I broke the promise. I don't know. I kept their names hidden, okay? No one knows it's them, so I'm not worried. But yeah, guys, moral of the story is, don't do what Jonathan and Alexis did in this story, okay? Just don't. The school bathroom is not a place for what they were doing. It's for going to the bathroom, and that's it. Okay. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. I thought it was a crazy one. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
I be fully loaded, I be whipping foreign cars. Always stay devoted, mama knew I'd be a star. Now I'm steady.